Okay, so what I'm creating today are shapes that tessellate. A shape that tessellates would be a shape that you can rotate around to fill in a space. As an example, a square tessellates because the floor underneath me right now is squares. They're 1 foot square tiles and they fit together to fill the entire space of the floor. Things that tessellate can also be much more complex in shape. As an example, on the front of this paper, MC Escher drew shapes that are like fish that tessellate. In the back, you can find, of this, you find also some shapes that tessellate. These are odd shapes that will tessellate into different forms. You can also look up on the internet on tessellations and find out, look around and see what we're talking about. But to create just a random shape that tessellates, there's a couple of different ways you can do that. I'm going to talk about two of them right now. First one I'm going to do is I'm going to take a square. Both the shapes we're talking about today will start with a square. I want you to draw a 2-inch by 2-inch square is what we're going to be doing in class. And what you're going to end up doing is you're going to create a shape on two of the sides. And they can be any shape you want. So I'm going to try to keep these fairly simple. I'm just going to draw some sort of shape here, and another shape that starts here. And I'm going to try to make them somewhat different, somewhat interesting. But both shapes started on the corner and ended on another corner, and then started on that corner and ended on that corner right there. I'm going to cut this out. I'm going to use this, but you could just use scissors. I'm going to need to use scissors for the next part of this. So this is a 2-inch by 2-inch square. That is important that we start with a 2-inch by 2-inch square because I want to make sure that kids are all working with the same sizes. You need to keep these pieces intact. So I've cut out that piece. And I'm going to cut out this piece here. Not right now. Okay. So I've got this shape here, and I've got this shape here. I'm going to take this shape, and I'm going to rotate it around. Like that, and take this shape, I'm going to rotate it around like that, and I'm going to tape this thing down. And be very careful to put that right in that corner, right in that corner, like that. This thing right there on that corner. Like that. I'm going to cover this whole side. And cover that whole seam in tape. And I'm going to cut off this extra. The extra tape. The extra tape, get it out of the way. Unfortunately, I haven't been as accurate as I'd like to have been right there. In that corner, it seems to be sticking over slightly. I'm working too fast. But it's actually going to be close enough, I think. All right, so to demonstrate that this shape will tessellate, I'll show you that. Let's see. So that was here, so if I rotate it around, I'm going to find a position in which this thing tessellates. Oh, it's right there. And I should know which way this thing tessellates. Right there. And that thing fits in there like that. So what you'll see is that I've created what was really a random shape, but it tessellates, and I can keep rotating this thing around and I can fill in the entire space with this shape. So the question is, well, what did I create? Some sort of random shape. What does that mean? We're gonna make a bunch of these random shapes. We're gonna put them out on the table, and the kids will be able to look at them and try to imagine what that kind of looks like. I'm not sure what you might be thinking out there in the YouTube world about what that might look like. But there's a lot of different things people could see. That could be a bird, it could be a fish, it could be all sorts of different things. So what we're going to be doing next week in our class is we're going to be making a lot of these shapes, putting them out there on the tables and letting kids kind of look at them and try to decide if they see any of these shapes that make any sense to them. Okay, so that's the first shape. The next one we'll do a little faster. It's a different kind of shape that tessellates. And I would really like to see students want to do this extra credit, do 5 of each. So I'm starting out once again with a 2x2 square. And I'm going to do the same thing where I come up with a shape, some sort of random shape. I'll try to keep this one simpler for time reasons. Okay, so I drew a shape on both sides. Even being less cautious when it comes to being accurate, unfortunately, but so for the extra credit in my class, the students just need to make a video of them making just one of these shapes. One or the other, I don't care which one. All right, so now this time, you have these shapes in here. This one gets taped down over here, and this one gets taped down over here. So they don't rotate, they go straight across. This one goes straight across to here, and this one goes straight across to here. And in an effort to try to explain this a little better without taping it down, I want to shorten this video here. This shape will tessellate because this one will line up here, 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 and it'll continue going out this direction. If I take this shape and I bring it out this way, it'll kind of, or basically if I go back here, this will fit here on the next one and then couldn't go on that way. And all the while the shape goes this way, it will also go this way. So it'll tessellate, it tessellates without rotating basically. So what I need students to do by Monday, if they want the extra credit in my class, is create 10 shapes, 5 of them that tessellate this way, where I rotated it, and 5 of them tessellate this way where I didn't rotate, but I went straight across. All right, and that's the end of the video today.